What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE TV, and I guess they're still making Halo games. We have another remake of Halo 1 to talk about. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Halo guy, the Bungie era specifically. I think it's sad we're at a point where ever since 343 took over, and now I guess they're called Halo Studios because their optics are just so atrocious, they had to rebrand and change some of the developers around. But I think it's sad that Halo's actually been worse longer than it's been good at this point. So I'm going to go through this 13-minute gameplay demo on the game that is now called Halo Campaign Evolved. About 13 minutes, and this as well, the Halo Campaign Evolved roundtable reveal. I'm going to do the gameplay first, though. So before I press play, I'm going to say my theory for what I think this game is. I think because every attempt at a 343 new entry Halo game that is a new starting point for a story, has entirely different gameplay feel and mechanics, but they can't commit to any of them and have written themselves into a corner so many times. I think they're looking over at other developers making quality remakes of classic games. I'm thinking Capcom and the Resident Evil remakes, which are excellent. It's not an impossible task, it's just more that I don't know why any Halo fan at this point would trust them and wouldn't be trepidatious in one way or another. But I think they're using this as a platform to not only experiment with Unreal Engine 5 because of the disastrous Halo Infinite development, where they were, as Microsoft usually are, reliant on contractors that weren't familiar with their bespoke engine they'd made for Halo. So it slowed down development, made production for their live service elements too slow and clunky, whereas Unreal 5 is much more of a standard, is easier to use with a constant rotation of contractors, the way Microsoft likes to do it. So not only are they remaking the campaign in Unreal, but they're also adding 3 prequel missions, which I think is a testbed to see how people respond to basically taking the Halo Infinite gameplay and putting it into levels that aren't atrocious like they are in Halo Infinite. I don't think they've ever actually made a good Halo campaign, a good Halo mission. They seem to fundamentally misunderstand everything that is elegant about Halo as a concept. So let's stop rambling and check out this gameplay.
Oh.
There it is, they're doing it, they're really doing it! Oh yes. Okay, nice high fidelity cutscene.
The Covenant believe that what they call the silent cartographer is somewhere under this island.
Oh, there's that classic Unreal 5 pop-in. Look at the Forerunner tower.
Somewhere under this island.
You can see the lighting pop-in.
The
Oh, well, the pop-in's really bad, actually. And obviously this is, as it says at the bottom there, pre-release build, work in progress, but it didn't used to be like this, man.
The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center.
Pelicans look cool. They're clearly going for that Halo 2 anniversary kind of style. Everything kind of glossy and expensive looking. Nice. That's a cool shot. I think that's probably the best shot. Through the window, the Pelican. Nice. I like it. Wow, the graphics make a big cream myself.
We're approaching the LZ.
They're showing Faux Hammer? We've never seen Faux Hammer.
Gotta be hot. Get set to cut out swinging.
Right, here we go. Instantly, there are things. HUD is bizarre. Don't know why they've done that. I'm gonna sound like a nitpicking asshole, but it's also like, I'm still gonna call them 343. Like, why would you trust them at this point? Need I remind you, Halo 4 copying Call of Duty, completely changing its classic art style. The Master Chief Collection being one of the biggest disasters Microsoft has ever released. Oh my god, it was so busted. Halo 5, just not a Halo game. It's just some other thing, going for the esports craze and making it hyper sweaty and movement focused. Then Halo Infinite, which stripped things back but had one of the worst campaigns ever. It is so boring. Right. So they just make tweaks. I don't know why they make these changes. They want to make it like look all modern and clean or whatever. So the fear, I think, is that like the original Halo 1 anniversary remake, which was kind of like a bunch of Halo Reach assets plugged in, which has kind of aged it in a way, and it's just not what you really would want to do to be a genuine faithful remake. I think the fear is that they're plugging in a lot of Halo Infinite assets here. The Marines, the elites. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also like, it's not Halo 1. So they've kind of made it into the Halo 3 assault rifle, when the whole thing in Halo 1's assault rifle was like how big the magazine was, right? It could fire and fire forever, like you're carrying a chain gun around. Okay, this is like the most contentious thing in the Halo community. Sprint, which apparently is a toggle in the menu for this game. You can turn it on or off, which is kind of just like, what? Why even include it then? It's definitely not in the original. My whole argument with the sprint thing is like, on one side there are people saying, well, the modern Zoomers, they want to sprint and everything, and they need to make sure they get the Zoomers who don't care about Halo, FYI. They don't care about it at all. But when you look over at properties like Doom, they didn't feel the need to add in sprint. The game feels just as good, just as quick, and you're actually more capable, more quick with the fact that it's not there because you're a super soldier that doesn't need to sprint around like a gummy bear. That's just a big thing for me. I don't like the animation. Seeing Master Chief's little arms pop up and down is goofy as hell. You call that a nitpick, but this is actually like a huge controversy in the Halo community. They've 343 have never released a Halo game without some form of sprint. My argument would be, let's just try it once, like actually make a classic Halo game and see how it lands instead of just writing it off or just putting all these caveats like the sprint in Halo Infinite. It's like 5 or 10% extra speed. So what's even the point? For how much it alters the core gameplay. Halo's got a little bit of a fan base like Star Wars, where the meme is like, no one hates Halo more than Halo fans, but it's like, it is deserved at a certain point. I'm not just going to see thing I recognize and gobble it up just because it's thing I recognize and nostalgia. They've already messed up a remake of this game before, so I don't know why I'd instantly pre-order it now and be hyped, unless maybe I was a PlayStation player that has never played a Halo game before because of my console of choice or whatever. Don't like what they've done with the sounds. Like if you want to be faithful, why not just like modify slightly some of the original sounds? Because like the pistol in the original is like a fucking cannon. What's going on with the wheels as it was falling? Is that like a physics like glitch or something? I don't think I've actually played a game yet that's used Unreal 5. Unless, did Claire Obscure use it? It's kind of notorious for how buggy it is at the moment. So hopefully they can polish that up a bit.
Let's go find the map room. That will show us the location.
Because there was a point with Bungie games all the way up until maybe like 2020 with Destiny 2, where they were known for how polished their stuff was. It was like ridiculously clean and polished, which just isn't really a thing anymore.
Location of Halo's control center.
I mean, it looks better than Infinite. Infinite looked rough.
There, in the cliff wall. They're already inside. We have to...
I know, I just feel like so jaded when it comes to Halo, but like, you don't understand if you haven't been in it, if you haven't been in the trenches, like, you haven't experienced that chip damage, you know, like being hyped for Halo 5, the Hunt the Truth podcast and all this stuff, all these promises that have just been broken over the years.
Get in there and stop them before they learn the location of the control center.
Again, changing the sound for no reason. For the plasma rifle. They leave the music the same though. Which they didn't actually do in a campaign anniversary for Halo 1. It's getting really complicated, like, it's just describing these things because of the stupid names.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be...
Okay, this is a big one. This right here, the changes they've made to the Needler, I feel like are a great visual metaphor for how this company just doesn't understand what is cool about the original game. You can see the Needler, if you didn't know, is a weapon that shoots needles, and every time you fire, it shoots a needle, and you can visually see there's a hole for every one that has been fired. The geniuses at Halo Studios add an ammo counter on it, feeling the need to add extra clarification for those playing as to how much ammo you have left outside of that beautifully elegant. The ammo itself is the ammo counter, just making stuff too busy, so needless. Get it? Needless.
My analysis indicates that
Goofy,
the map
man.
room should be at the bottom floor of this facility.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
I believe this is a level they've left intact. I think they're going to tweak infamous levels like the library and obviously these original prequel missions, which no one has any idea what they're going to be like.
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
I mean, yeah, it looks like Halo 1
Find Halo's control
in Unreal
center.
5,
Good luck, people.
which some people might be excited for, I
Let's
guess.
move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any unusual structures that could house the security system.
The amount of times they've had to be like, we're going back to square one. Right, nice. They just have zero foundation. And for the record, I don't actually think Halo 1 is sacred in a way where I would never ever in any universe be happy with a remake or a retouched version of it. I actually think there's plenty you could improve, but I just don't trust them like I do a Capcom or whatever. So another thing they've added is like a bunch of weapons. It's like 8 or 9 weapons to the Sandbox, which I don't really have an issue with. Assume the battle rifle and a bunch of other classics. Don't really have an issue with that in concept necessarily. I'd have to play it myself to really have a feeling on that. Still, I hate... I'm a sprint radical as far as I just don't think it belongs in Halo. Sorry. Just try it once, come on, just make one without sprint. And if it's a huge flop and no one cares about it, fine. Just give us one. Because then that means the implication with Campaign Evolved is that, what, you're going to do Halo 2 Campaign Evolved and Halo 3 Campaign Evolved eventually? Does that mean we're going to get like Halo 3 with sprint? Come on, man. This is not like the most exciting reveal. You know, this is the state Halo's in. Where this were in any other, like, when Halo was at its peak, where we were used to a quicker cadence, this would be like a interstitial release between like a main game that's coming out, but this is like all we have at this point. It's a second remake of Halo 1. Like, is Halo Infinite, is any thread from Halo Infinite going to be picked up? Are they going to just reset everything again? That sound just isn't it. The pistol sound, I mean. Gummy Bear Run, the speed
Use the
lines.
holo panel to shut down the security system.
Cringy, man. Chief Gummy Bear. They're good at making Chief uncool. I don't know how you do it.
We need to go to the main facility. Let's head back down the
I'm a stickler for this shit, man, I am. It changes everything. The flow, the pacing. I know you can toggle it off, but it's like, is the default is what people are going to use.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood.
I don't know why they changed the sound so much. Like, you leave the music intact because it's so iconic, but so is the soundscape. Yeah, the pop-in is pretty rough. I think there's still like a year for this to come out or so there's lots of tweaking they can do. It's not final, obviously, just to reiterate that. Right, there's something... I think the model was decent. Like, it looks good when you pause it, but there's something about the movements. And like... I don't know, he just kind of looks goofy. Yeah, he looks kind of like... And there is some goofiness to Halo 1, like, baked in there, but there's something about him. He just looks like a gummy bear to me. Gummy Chief. I wonder if they're going to be like rendered in the same way you can mess with them in the original Combat Evolved, where you can like kill Chief in cutscenes and they'll just keep going and stuff like that. I really hope so. Right. Yeah, so 2026 PS5. Can't believe this timeline. I guess the console wars are really over. Yeah, it looks good here. I don't know. It just doesn't really move the needle for me. I'm not like excited or primed for this. What are the comments vibe kind of like? 32 rounds in the AR is criminal. Chief, what the hell are you doing in that studio? Sir, I don't fucking know. Unreal Engine 5 stutters in an official trailer is crazy. Move mini back to bottom left, move grenades to top left, more blood, no automatic health recharge, bring back health packs. Oh yeah, I didn't see anything like that. 60 rounds for the MA5B, not 32. Needs better sound effects, especially the Warthog and the Magnum. Yep. Magnum reload, yep. Oh yeah, they weren't ducking, rolling, or dodging. That's true. Hell yeah, I love seeing Unreal Engine 5's micro stutters. Really sells the experience. Looks more like a fan-made UE5 remake of an old game than something official. Right, let's watch this roundtable reveal. These are kind of more interesting as far as hearing them try and justify themselves. And if the Halo cycle was anything to go off, I remember around the time Infinite was coming out and making some critical videos about some of the stuff they were saying that sounded a little bit suspicious. I eventually turned out to be right, but people were like, stop being just mean. It's like, well, I'm not an IP slave. Oh, it's the guy from Fortnite.
It is the ultimate Halo CE campaign remake. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be
because like they really messed up Anniversary. Like, not just putting reach elements in there, like the actual, and that's, what a weird image. The PlayStation controller. If I could go back and show my like 10-year-old self this, I'd be like, stop it, you liar! You liar! That would never happen! I lost my train of thought.
Arriving next year. To talk more about it, we've got Dan.
Oh yeah, how they messed up the Anniversary remake, the atmosphere, the lighting. It's like really, really wrong.
And Max and Greg from the development team, guys, let's get into this. Why is this the right game for right now?
Because they don't know what to do, and they've messed up all of their Halo games.
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid.
Certain things that were completely ruined.
There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved.
Why? Genuinely why? Outside of the fact that, like, what else can they actually do? And they need, like, all the good community will possible, so it's like, let's go back to Halo 1, man.
For new players, for established Halo players.
They say that it's so comical. Every single time they release, like, a 343 Halo game, they've been saying this. Every time, go back.
And maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Together again because they took away the ability to play local co-op.
Going back to the Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time is really important. And for them to be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
Halo Infinite is not that old.
For new players, this is the right time for you to jump in. Think of this as your introduction into this huge franchise we've been building for the past.
So I guess it's more like a building for 25 years. It was built and then they like ruined the foundation.
25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change,
why are they so bad at like UI elements and like just text and stuff like that? Like this is like hideous.
Don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game. Kind of additions, and that's across, enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE we weren't able to do before that you now.
Yeah, you couldn't use a sword before. So I guess is this going to be a thing where it's released on PC, then modders kind of like fix it?
Now you finally kill the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor and you can pick that up and just, kind of really.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a three-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
Super curious what they're going to do with the Flood, because they've been really anti the idea of Halo being like scary or violent in any way, even though its core identity is violent 80s action movies. The whole thing is literally just aliens, bit of Starship Troopers, the retro future aesthetic with violent parasitic life forms that spray blood everywhere and are creepy and freaky. And none of the 343 games up until, I guess, this one have leaned into that at all, because I guess they wanted a broader audience. Can't have no blood, can't have no scary.
There was quite a bit of development between Halo CE and 3 to kind of how the Flood behaved and just how they interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those Flood behaviors into this game.
And it should be a horror franchise, really. Like, at least in part. That's kind of what made the original so cool.
I'd say this is a learning specifically from CE2.
See, this is a good sign, because that's one of the levels the original Anniversary messed up the most, was the lighting and atmosphere on this level. So it'd be nice if they could fix that up.
Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere, the tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we stage the encounters and the setup and how we reveal the Flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We've pulled in a familiar friend, familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
Cool.
Talk to me just a little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this.
So this is the scariest part.
We want to tell an authentic story, and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
As we were building
the pop-in is
this
brutal.
out, we didn't just kind of put a new coat of paint over the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original source assets, original source code, and access to the original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these cinematics.
We also had the core principal cast come in and re-record all the lines.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
This really provides
the easiest, best job in history this guy got. that Master Chief money must be awesome.
Provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I'm super excited that this game will include 3 brand new bonus missions.
This is the riskiest part about this entire project, because how they come together is going to completely alter the pacing of the game, the feeling of the game. That's a huge challenge for them to match that writing, match that design. I'm so curious what they're going to be like. It's the most interesting part about this to me.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel, a setup for, the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunities for character interactions, maybe between, Chief and Johnson.
We've got some new mechanics, maybe some new AI behaviors, things that haven't been done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
Again, I think that's a testing ground to see what elements of their campaign design people like, and the feedback they get from those 3 missions I think will be crucial for whatever they're planning to do moving forward.
So where are we right now at this stage?
Because even if they all 3 suck, I guess they have that baked in shield of it's only extra and the original 10 missions are there, so you can't be too mad.
In development, what can you share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can now see so many of the elements of the level really coming together.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity versions of the cinematics, elements of the sandbox and encounter tweaks and the lighting.
You can go to someone's desk and give feedback live on an experience, and to me that's a really exciting time in game development.
That look cool, the worms look cool.
The ultimate love letter to the game that started it all. I would call upon our entire Halo community to welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just relive these experiences again for the first time.
Wow, so quite a mixed bag. There's almost a shame about, it's not almost a shame, it is a shame that the first pop on PlayStation has no multiplayer element whatsoever. It's just campaign evolved. So it's not like a pure experience for PlayStation players. We still have yet to see what they do with this. Super mixed feelings. I'm not really particularly excited about this, just wait and see approach for me. I want to see what Halo influencers say about it, what other games media people talk about it. There's 3 new missions are definitely the most interesting part, but I'm not going to pre-order this, and I'd urge you not to, actually. I'd urge you to wait. If the 343 Studios or now Halo Studios have taught us anything, it's that wait with their games, because they are fundamentally untrustworthy. So let me know if I'm too jaded. It's just really difficult not to be as a Halo fan in 2025. Like, they've just let me down so many times I can't even count. They're playing a dangerous game by taking a classic like this and messing with it again. But let's just end this video by looking at the comments on this one, see if they're a similar vibe. You guys will be able to play Halo CE for the first time for the third time. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. 2 CE remakes before we got a Halo 3 remake. You want to maximize community engagement, make do on your promises, finish the game properly, and make sure it works when it's really... This is how low... this is how low the bar is. Oh. Really excited to relive these experiences again for the first time, for the third time. I won't believe the split screen till I see it on release. There's just something so sad about this. I saw a comment somewhere that said, we fucked up Halo's future, now it's time to fuck up its past. Franchise we've been building for the last 25 years, right? So pretty mixed. So let me know your thoughts if you're a Halo fan, or if you only have a tertiary understanding, and this would be a good jumping on point for you. I'm curious to see what you think. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about this. We'll see. All right, see you next time. Bye!